Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar about transforming case management with ForwardSync. We'll be starting shortly. We're just waiting for folks to come in from the waiting room. In the meantime, I will drop in a question in the chat. We'd love to know more about our attendees today, where you're coming from, what's your name, what's your area of focus. So definitely feel free to engage with each other in the webinar chat. Once again, we're giving folks a few minutes to join the webinar. In the meantime, definitely feel free to, introduce yourselves, tell us your name, the name of your organization. We'd love to know more about your area of focus and where you are based. And feel free to enter this into the chat. Oh, and I see that the chat is just disabled. So let me troubleshoot that really quick. While I troubleshoot the chat, I'd like to pass it off to Craig. I think we can go ahead and get started.
Thanks very much, Tina. First of all, I just want to say I'd love to welcome you here and just really delighted to be here today with everyone. I'm part of the Microsoft Tech for Social Impact team, responsible for building software partnerships with some of the most innovative software organizations in the world, seeking to create impact through the technology that they bring. And I couldn't be any more delighted today to be standing shoulder to shoulder with our partners at Forward to explore, I think, a really important area of challenge for a lot of organizations today in case management. We know that lots of organizations are seeking to transform this part of their business, and going from very static and slow processes into a more modern opportunity, I think is something that we're really excited to be partnering with Forward about. Today we're going to see a little bit of a demo. You're going to get some peek previews into what's in the product, understand a little bit about the impact that it can have for you. And so without further ado, really, I'll hand that off to Adnan, who's going to lead you off with today's exciting course. So thanks very much. We're delighted to be partnering with Forward, and Microsoft's looking forward to see what we can do.
Thank you, Craig, for the introduction. We are very excited to also partner with Microsoft to bring a modern case management solution to organizations who are in the front lines providing critical community and social services. I would like to kick us off today by sharing a short introduction about Forward. Forward was launched in the middle of the pandemic to help local governments and nonprofit agencies to effectively manage large-scale assistance programs. Our industry-leading program administration platform allows agencies to create, monitor, and administer their programs using human-centered technologies and dedicated experts. Since our launch, Forward has delivered over $1 billion of public assistance through programs like rental assistance, small business assistance, weatherization, guaranteed basic income, and direct cash assistance. We're very excited about the impact of these programs. Over $1 billion of assistance has been distributed to 300,000 households and small businesses. We have identified and prevented over $50 million of fraud, ensuring that assistance reaches those who are most in need. And we fielded tens of thousands of calls connecting community members to relevant programs in their communities. We were able to deliver this impact by driving key innovation in application and intake process, communication services, and workflow management. Forward Sync builds upon these key foundational components to deliver an easy-to-use case management solution for nonprofits. Today, you will hear how Forward Sync streamlines the intake process with a modern form engine, how Forward Sync supports custom workflows to match your organization's processes, and how Forward Sync securely manages and stores all communications between your agency and constituents. You will hear from multiple Forward team members as we take you through a deep dive into Forward Sync, including case studies and a few demos. These Forward team members have significant experience in the public sector and lived through the various case management needs. Direct, relevant experiences of our team members help to develop Forward Sync solution as a tool they wish they had when they were in their public sector roles. Asia Brown has over 20 years of public sector experience, including serving as a two-term mayor for the city of Compton in California. In her last role, Kelsey Martin managed key housing programs for the city of Spokane in Washington. She has also managed a domestic violence shelter for many years. Melissa Young has worked in social impact for over a decade, including managing the community impact portfolio for Nike. I would like to turn things over to Asia now to talk about how Forward Sync is breaking new grounds in case management.
Thank you, Adnan. Forward Sync is meticulously crafted with care to help your teams tackle the obstacles and dismantle the barriers that nonprofit organizations encounter in delivering services at the forefront of all of our communities. We deeply respect and value the commitment of serving people, and I personally recognize the extraordinary work and obstacles you face daily to assist people, and oftentimes families and individuals at their most vulnerable moments. You're doing the important work of lifting our communities, utilizing the resources and systems that you have to their fullest potential, and most times beyond. We built our platform and features to supercharge your ability to provide essential client care and services. With Forward Sync, you are empowered to synchronize communication, catalyze interagency and external collaboration, streamline your workflows essential for tracking and reporting service delivery targets, and simplify the generation of custom reports essential to meeting auditing and compliance requirements, all while securing and anonymizing client data. Sync was uniquely designed to support your strategic objectives across any service area. As you can see here, we are able to connect with any industry. We are able to customize our offerings to meet your unique needs and challenges. And right now we're going to take a quick poll break. We're eager to learn more about the work that you all are doing. It's also equally important for us to really understand your practices and your current challenges that you all face in service provision. So we'll be asking you a few questions throughout our time together today. And here we are with the first question. What case management tools are you currently using? We'll see the results here in a moment. If you are using Post-it notes or paper like many of our partners, don't be ashamed. But we didn't add that as an option. Right, we'll just wait for one more moment to see the poll results. All right, here is the outcome. So, okay, so some of you are using none of these systems, paper or other tools, basic like spreadsheets and custom CRM. All right. This is representative of what we are also hearing in the marketplace from our partners. So thank you all for sharing this insight, and we look forward to customizing the areas of our presentation today to speak to these opportunities. Next slide. Thank you. So this is our secret sauce. We've built a human-centered integrated platform designed to streamline case management workflows with intuitive, secure, anonymized data collection and real-time updates. These features are designed to help you in a myriad of ways. So first, we streamline your client intake process. We are serious about security. We secure your client information and utilize high-level encryption for all documentation stored on our platform. We then secure that information, all of that PII, and we anonymize key data and centralize that access based on the authorized users' role-based access and their permissions relative to their role for that particular program or service population. We also utilize advanced and customizable reporting and data visualization tools that are available at your fingertips, which we're excited to show you here today. These impactful dashboards support evidence-based decision-making and give you all a unique overarching snapshot to the performance of your teams and the impacts that your clients are receiving. We also utilize a robust communication center, which is an integrated multimodal communication tool. It utilizes and unlocks direct engagement with clients in collaboration across internal departments or external agencies. We also track activities through transitions and design systems that fulfill your reporting requirements and all of the eligibility requirements, and also that we're able to produce those custom reports and that demonstrate the impact that you all are having, and we'll show you that today as well. Next slide. We understand that one key element of your organization is case management, which is what we're here to talk about today. We also recognize that administering programs is a core function of your ability to connect your clients with critical resources. At Forward, the core of our company is delivering integrated program administration. We can support your organization beyond case management with Sync Plus. Sync Plus includes every element of case management that I just described, plus 4 key elements exclusive to our integrated program administration offering that administers direct support to your organization through our team of in-house program experts. The first function is payment enablement. We enable payment processing directly to clients in any form that you select, whether or not it's ACH, checks, or custom cash cards. We custom build workflows that enable this flow across internal departments and external agencies to track the flow of funds and also to confirm receipt of payments, which we'll demonstrate later on today. We also offer comprehensive program design and program administration, which also handles your compliance requirements. Yes, we handle compliance requirements and provide direct audit support. To date, we've had 0 audit findings with state auditors and independent auditors for all of our programs, which we're really proud of. We also can provide direct client support through our Client Support Center. We offer full in-house customer service available in over 60 languages, powered by our internal Forward team. Lastly, we also provide comprehensive program eligibility verification based on program design objectives, statutory and funding requirements. And we do all of this while anonymizing and securing your critical client data, again, with role-based access based on your team's unique permissions for each program. This slide demonstrates a visual snapshot of one of our custom integrated program administration offerings combined with Sync case management workflows, which can be uniquely designed to meet your organization's or program delivery targets. This includes the administration of programs, which I just described, the payment enablement, custom workflows, continuum of care, and then also the reporting, which is inherent in this particular offering. Next slide. So common challenges. So one of the aspects that I enjoy most about the work that we do at Forward is that we have the pleasure of connecting with organizations and governments every day in the field. We're constantly learning about the challenges that you all are facing. Now, I'm not going to read the challenges reported here in from the field. There's no need to activate any stress, but we're going to just highlight a few inherent threads that I will highlight that are clear across all organizations, all organizations, regardless of size, capacity, budget, or service sector that they are navigating. And so the first element is tracking and securing sensitive client data is a challenge for small and large organizations. Streamlining intake is also very essential. Breaking down silos and empowering coordination of continuum of care and other vital services is important to reducing and eliminating the duplication of efforts, time, and critical resources. And then also the need to better capture and demonstrate impact metrics. And so we recognize firsthand that in order to effectively not only deliver services, but also to maintain and secure additional funding, being able to have impact stats are essential to radically demonstrate the impact of the work that you all are driving every single day. Last thing, one thing that rings true from every nonprofit is that you all much rather would be serving clients than doing paperwork. Inefficient systems and time delays are more important than metrics. And what we mean here is that a person or a family must wait for the critical support or shelter that they need in order to sustain themselves and their families is more important than the data that we capture, but that data enables you all to do just that. So now we're going to shift gears and take a quick poll break to hear from you on which elements or features that you envision could be most impactful to the work that you all are leading. So I'll hand it over to Tina to do a quick poll. Okay, this question, which elements or features do you envision are most impactful to the work that you lead? We love to hear about which elements that you've heard so far are most interesting to you all. And we will share the results in just a moment. All right, we have some more results coming in. Okay, we will share the results in just a moment. It's probably hard to prioritize one feature over another, but would love to hear your thoughts here. Okay, Tina, if you could share the results. All right. The client communication and tracking, absolutely, that is most interesting. That usually is the star of the show, which Kelsey has the opportunity to show you all. So we will get right into that now. Thank you all for sharing. Okay. Next slide, please. Thank you. So we fully recognize that organizations, communities, and your challenges are unique as fingerprints, whether you all need components, all components, or if you just need a few, we're able to customize your Forward solution. So I'm pleased now to hand this over to Kelsey Martin, our operations director. She leads our teams that directly work in the field with our clients and that powers the work of delivering for our partners. Kelsey, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Asia. So I get the pleasure of working with our partners who are serving their communities effectively every day through our platform. As both Adnan and Asia indicated, we really understand the pain points that partners have when it comes to traditional case management and programming. We're dynamic in our partnerships, and we understand that what one organization needs to create, to collect, to track, and to report out on is potentially totally different from what another organization may need to create, to collect, to track, and report out on. It can vary for many reasons, and this case study is a specific example of some of the nuanced problems we know our partners face when they begin administering their programs. So the Whatcom Long-Term Recovery Group was formed in February 2022 through collaborative efforts involving local churches, city officials, and residents in Whatcom County, Washington. Their goal was to provide recovery coordination and services to those affected by some torrential flooding that the county experienced in the fall of 2021, with an aim to potentially aid in future crises. This small but mighty team began the task of client intake, referrals to resources, development of recovery plans, recruitment and scheduling of volunteers, or hiring for repairs and rebuilding, file maintenance, among other things, all while ensuring programmatic funding compliance among the 5 different local, state, and federal funding sources that were supporting them. But the long-term recovery group's process was quickly identified as not working for them. They performed their client intake through paper applications stored in physical files. They tracked their clients' progress in their shared Google spreadsheets by just clicking and adding more columns. They communicated with their clients via one specific case manager's landline or cell phone or email, and communicated internally about clients via instant messaging. They had data security risks due to the shared Google Sheets with no encryption. And ultimately, they knew they had the inability to scale this process should another flooding event happen. So all of this led them to reach out to us to problem solve a better solution. Whatcom was able to integrate their old process into ForwardSync, allowing them to continue to support the nearly 500 households that were severely impacted by the flooding. Now, their client intake and case management is all housed within the platform. Case managers can log in and see what clients need outreach that day, or text messages they receive from clients within the communication center, and track progress accordingly. The recovery group is also able to demonstrate the impact their services have provided with programmatic progress dashboards and reports. And most importantly, should another flooding event occur, the Whatcom Recovery Group feels prepared to support their community through that disaster now too. Next slide, please. Lacey from the Whatcom Recovery Group told us that the user-friendly centralized platform really streamlined their process, which is huge for their small organization. They didn't have the time to spend looking up client intake forms in those physical files or duplicating their processes, or if a case manager was out sick or on vacation, trying to fill in those gaps where they left off with a specific client. And Sync really helped amplify their efficiencies. The form they created to be able to track a client status through all of the many services the recovery group provides and the supporting data behind this is a powerful tool for them to now have. I'm going to pass it over to Melissa now, who is going to demonstrate how you can design your own intake form or program application quickly and easily with Sync.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelsey. So we get to see the fun part. If you can pause here, Tina. So when your team launches ForwardSync, one of the first and the most important tasks is to design your intake form. As you all can see on the screen, on the left side, we have a library of pre-formed questions and just areas that we know programs specialize in. We have years and years of experience in running programs across the country, and we know the type of data that needs to be collected. At Forward, we believe you cannot report on what you don't collect. So this is a super integral part of building your form, making sure that all of the questions that you need to capture for your program are done. Through our simple and easy forms engine, administrators are able to build an intake form that captures every level of detail needed for a successful program. We can continue. As you can see, each section, this is client information, has multiple questions, just basic client information. Identity here, we know that people capture IDs or any type of document that needs to be uploaded to verify client ID, and then also physical location. Even when working with the unhoused population, we have a section for encampments. Let's pause here. Oh no, here you can untoggle actually if your application doesn't require certain questions, you can easily untoggle from there. You can save that change. In here, we're going to show an example of if you are within a portion of the library that's pre-filled, you can go in and customize it. So in here, we're going to change the title to a question that's specific. And in this example, what's your favorite day of the week? Maybe the administrator here wants to ensure that case managers don't contact folks on these days. You can create a description so that your case manager can follow that instruction specifically. And you can also hide specific answers that you don't want in the drop-down menu. This is super helpful in just really intuitive to help build a strong intake form. You can go up there and save those changes, and then we're going to jump in and see what the preview of that question looks like. And again, that was just adjusted within one of the pre-filled forms that you'll find in our library. Next, say we make sure that we cater, and we'll come in here and just pause really quick while it uploads. Let's pause here really quickly. In our commitment to cater to all of the intricate needs of nonprofits, our form engine also hosts a custom fields area. As you can see, there are several different customized fields you can add to your intake form. And this is designed specifically to accommodate the nuanced requirements of your program. With multiple unique customized fields, you have the flexibility to effortlessly modify and create questions that precisely align with your program specifics. We can click play and jump through what that looks like. What's really amazing about our forms engine is it's much like using any very easy kind of online platform. We want to make sure case managers also have the technology to do this. And in here, you can create your title, again, a description. And this is a brand new question that was not in our library. You can make it required, and you can also determine the way that you want the case manager to enter the information. In this example, it's a drop down, and you could put all the different choices. And what's also amazing about this form is you can go in and update and change this. Say on January 1, you think that this is what the intake form should look like. If a few weeks down the line, you realize that you need to capture more information, you can go in and, as you saw at the top there, adjust that question. Here you can see the new question that was added to the form. And so we want to make sure that at the beginning of using Forward Sync, that your program is strong, and a strong program starts with a really strong intake form, and an intake form that ensures every case manager or employee across your company or your nonprofit is capturing the same information. And we want that to be super, super easy for them. We can click into here. So once your unique intake form is created and approved, your team now has access to start collecting information for your clients. So let's pause here really quickly. In this case, this program went ahead with 6 different entry areas: contact info, as you see on the left, case questions, case status. These are dynamic conditional fields that really empower case managers to securely capture both eligibility criteria and personal information. We can continue to walk through this portion. But it's super, super intuitive. And again, it ensures that every single detail from that client, when you speak to that client one time, you don't have to go back, because this form is going to ensure, as you go through the first section, the second section, until you finish, that every single detail is captured when you first engage with that client. Go ahead and press save. This is an example of a disaster impacted program. Also, again, programs around homelessness or unhoused individuals. There are all types of questions you can include in here, again, to make it simple for your case managers to even provide dates as to when they first contacted or engaged with the client. And you can have a closure date as well. Any type of date entry, whether that's to check in with a client when you want the client to check back in with you, you can add that all within the forms engine. And I will pass it back over to Kelsey.
Thanks, Melissa. So the next case study I wanted to talk about is in LA County. Forward partnered with 6 local community-based organizations in administering a really important and powerful program for that community. Empower You is actually a pilot program for survivors of domestic violence. And the community is actually hoping to potentially turn into a permanent locally funded program to assist survivors with a one-time lump sum cash assistance payment. Due to safety concerns and imminent danger risks, participants of this program need to be treated with a much higher level of security than someone maybe in another social program. Balancing participant needs at elevated levels of anonymity and data security, while balancing program integrity to ensure that there was no duplication of benefits or compromised PII, personal identifying information, was no easy task when working with 6 different community-based organizations. We found early on that the way each organization was planning on verifying applicant eligibility was going to be different. They were all going to be working out of their own spreadsheets, tracking their clients in their own databases, whatever those might be. Part of the program required that clients be enrolled with services at one of these CBOs already. Therefore, a centralized verification from each CBO was required to be enrolled in Empower You. And finally, reconciling and confirming when a client received their payment back to the county, the funding agency, was going to present tracking challenges if all CBOs were doing this differently. So, overall, these issues highlighted the need for a more cohesive, coordinated approach to this program to ensure effective administration. So Forward stepped in with a really exciting solution to tackle the challenges faced by the 6 community-based organizations in assisting in the administration of this program. The platform, really became the glue that connected all 6 of the organizations, wiping out any chance of duplication of benefits or external data silos among the organizations by introducing a single, easy-to-use application form. The community had consistent data from every client, no matter what CBO they were involved with. Additionally, the integration of structured form surveys throughout the program's lifecycle provided a systematic way of monitoring client progress, so the program could show the funding governing bodies measurable program success metrics. And then really the rock star functionality within this program was the Communication Center, which played a critical role in the eligibility verification process, all, while ensuring PII was anonymized through our high-level encryption of data. This comprehensive approach not only successfully mitigated the identified potential challenges early on, but also significantly improved the overall efficiency and coordination of the program's administration. Another customer, the city of Long Beach, California, has found the Communication Center to be an essential component of their programs now. They highlight that now that they're able to see all the communication documented within each applicant's profile, how that's played a pivotal role in their own internal capacity to effectively oversee the many complex programs that they're administering. So now Melissa's going to do a short demonstration on the Communication Center in action.
As Kelsey mentioned, communication is key when running a successful program, and Sync has made this easy for both the client and the case manager. Let's pause here. When a case manager, let's go back a little bit. Yeah, okay. So when a case manager opens Sync, they will have a real-time snapshot of every single client in their caseload. So long gone are going through the spreadsheet, seeing if somebody added an additional name at the bottom. When a new client comes into your specific caseload, you will be notified that you have a new client. How fun is that? And this view for that specific case manager can be modified based on what's best for that individual case manager. Across the top here, you can see submission date, assigned to, partner, last change. You can easily click those buttons and it will toggle to have the most pertinent information on the top. But what we're going to talk about today is the Communication Center. And so on the right-hand side, you can see that there are new communications for every single one of these clients. And this is how this view is filtered to see new messages. Let's continue. And so we will go in and again, look at new assigned cases. There's a new message on the right for this newly assigned case. How fun, a new message from your client. We will jump into that. And so this is the client's profile. And on the right-hand side, you see the Communication Center. Let's take a pause here really quickly. So what's really amazing about Forward Sync, and unlike anything we've ever seen, is all communication is stored within the client profile, not in your individual email, not in your work phone that has the text messages from your client, but every single time an individual, a colleague has engaged with this client, it is within their profile. So on the top left-hand side, you see that client's name. Again, this could be anonymized to be just a number, whatever works best for your organization. And below that on the left, you will see like their entire application. So all the data that was included. And on the right-hand side is where the fun stuff happens. At the top, you see all, which will chronologically order all of communications. You can see calls. Calls actually keep recordings of any outgoing calls and any voicemails that were left for that case manager. Emails, texts, notes, and transitions. We'll get into a bit of these. We can continue. And so in this example, we're going to look at an email. So the email says, I forgot my phone at work, and that's from the client, but here's the document. Again, we're not in Outlook, we're not in Google, we are in Forward Sync with an email directly from your client. And you can go in there and respond directly to the client in the platform. So you're not going to Outlook, searching the person's name. I forgot this person's name. I forgot the person's last name. You're able to respond directly within the platform. and we're going to press in. It says, hey, we got your information. Your case is currently being updated. So really easy to update your clients on what's happening. And so we're going to send that email. And after that, we are going to go to the top and say, for instance, like this specific client is communicating by email, but we know a lot of clients only communicate, let's pause here, only communicate by text. And so we've worked with so many different types of communities of folks that have access to email. We have folks who only use text message. And within our text capabilities, you can send direct text messages from in-app, and you can also attach documents. But not only that, your clients can send you documents. So if you need a copy of their ID, if you need verification that they applied for a job, if you're dealing with an unhoused population and they want to send you picture of belongings that need to be stored, they can literally text any image, any document, any file directly to you, and it will be stored within their client profile. Let's continue. And so again, there's text, there's email, there's voice calls. You can make calls directly from the app, and you can also leave notes. So if we just chatted with this specific client and we want to let the entire team know that this case is up to date, we can leave that note message directly within their client profile, and this will be saved in the chronological. This will be in the notes section, but also it is the most recent information, so it's at the top. So all of this, as you can see here, is organized chronologically from every single piece of communication that's happened with this specific client. And so that's really, really special. Having worked in the city with folks and in nonprofits, being able to see all of this in one place is like miraculous. And so we're really excited to offer this to you all so that you all can use it to really strengthen just the communication foundation of your organization, which we know is just critical to serving, to moving a program forward, but also really creating like a human-centered experience for your clients. And so I'll pass it back over to Kelsey.
Thanks, Melissa. So the final case study I want to talk about, which is a really exciting program that we've been able to be a part of, is similar to many cities nationwide over the last couple of years. The community of St. Louis is running a guaranteed basic income, or GBI program, where 540 households will receive $500 a month for 18 months. One of the complexities of this program identified really early on was that multiple agencies were going to need to interact with potential program participants at various stages of the application process and then program life cycle. So for example, program participants had the option to elect to receive benefits counseling from a local CBO to see if receiving the GBI benefit would potentially negatively impact some of their other benefits that they're already receiving. Then, once participants were identified as actually being enrolled in the program, if they elected to be a part of the program survey component for the study that's being conducted on this pilot, those participants needed to receive a specific survey with all of the survey results then needing to be reported back to another agency with all of the PII obfuscated. And finally, participants needed to be re-verified for programmatic eligibility every 90 days over the 18 months of the program. So the solution to all these kind of complicated issues was to create a custom workflow for these participants to move through the process based on their prior information and needs. The St. Louis program ended up having a fairly complex workflow because several agencies were owning various parts of the process. With Sync Plus, you're actually able to design custom workflows that work for your organization. Since all of the data will be in the platform, you can create a flow for participants to follow that allows your agency, the funding agency, or other community-based organizations to interact with your program participants at various points of the process if you need. And again, with all the communication being accessible across the departments and agencies, all the critical data is, anonymized, and it protects and it's secure. So Melissa is now going to demonstrate how case managers and service providers can move participants through a workflow.
Thank you, Kelsey. As Kelsey mentioned, collaboration is key, and Sync really enables users across various departments and even your external agencies to collaborate around one case. Let's pause here. And so we're back at the dashboard. Let's go back just a little bit. We are back at the dashboard that every single case manager has access to see who their clients are, but we're going to use this dashboard in a different way, not for communication, but to receive a communication and make an action or referral. And so we can continue. So we'll go to new cases. And again, on the right-hand side, they've been notified that they have a new message. Let's see what this new message is. Fun, fun, fun. And so we get into here, and let's make a pause here really quick. Unfortunately, this client, as you can see in the top email in green, it says, and it also says new. So you know that's the newest message. I am no longer interested in the program. Thank you for your time. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, they went through our amazing forms engine, all the work we put into there, they completed it, but at the end of the day, hey, this program is not for them. Traditionally, this client may stay on our spreadsheet. They may stay in our system and nothing ever happens. And so our count is off, our data is off on how many people we're serving. But with the power of Sync, we're able to use a workflow to turn this individual to now ineligible and transfer them out of our program, whether that's to an additional wraparound service or not. Let's press play to continue through the process. And so in here, the message is being updated, and this is a case note, no longer in the program. So other case managers that may potentially been doing another part of the program for them, they can put this in their case notes, and they now know that they are no longer interested. But not only is it a case note, now we will also be able to save that note, and we want to go in and actually change the status of this specific client. So again, that's showing the chronological storage of all the communication. And then let's make a pause here, please. Here we can go in and change the status. There's a status change, and we can click that. You can continue. Sorry, Tina. We can click that. And in this case, there are only two. Let's press pause there. In this case, there are only two areas within the workflow. We've done programs that have 7 different steps in the workflow, from eligibility to approval to a second level of approval. Just imagine the possibilities of how many people in your nonprofit need to approve or touch a specific program. We can create that in these workflows. And in the second section, it says assign a new user to an application selected. This is where you can move it from me to Kelsey. And once Kelsey is done with it, we can move it over to Asia. And this is all done within the platform. And so as we saw previously, once a case is moved from me to another person, you get an alert, and it pops up in your new cases, because now this case is with you. In this instance, if this person is ineligible, we may then transfer them or refer them to a third-party organization that may be able to fit their needs. But at least we know within our program that this person is no longer on our program list, and we have them listed as ineligible. We can continue to play, and I think that's the end of that video. And I will pass it over to Asia.
Thank you, Melissa. You've spent some time with us today. We're thankful for your time. As you can see, we are intent on empowering our clients to succeed with Forward Sync. Whether or not it's the superstar of the show that Catherine Prody identified with our communication center, which enables streamlined continuum of care coordination or reduces duplication within agencies, and then improves efficiency and service delivery to clients, whether or not it's the client intake process, as Melissa demonstrated, and the role-based workflows, or easily collaborating and sharing information across your organizations, or the custom reports that can be generated to track, demonstrate, and document, and also audit your impact. We do all of this through our secure encrypted data storage, which is located in the US. And we are excited to hear more about you in the work that you all are doing in a moment. So now I'm going to release our final poll. So out of all the elements and features that you heard today, what did you wish that you saw here today that we didn't cover? Would love to hear from you all. This data will help us fine-tune and streamline your follow-up demos and connection points with our teams. So look forward to hearing from you all on this key point. Right. All right, Tina, let's demonstrate the results. All right. Reporting and analytics and cost and pricing models. Oh, wonderful. We look forward to sharing more information with you all. Let's go to the next slide. which is where you can access all this information. So if you're ready to take your case management capabilities to the next level, we are ready to hear from you. We are ready to connect with you to learn more about your projects, provide you with additional examples relative to data, reports, pricing models, and whether or not you are interested and your organization is interested in our customs or our standard sync offering, or if you are interested in program administration and payment enablement and all of the additional features that are available in Sync Plus, you can follow this URL or utilize the QR code. There is a snapshot there of what you can expect to see on the Forward website. We encourage you all to fill out that information to the best of your ability. There's a couple key questions. One, whether or not you believe that you all can most benefit from our standard sync offering, which I believe the pricing is also demonstrated in the Microsoft Marketplace. Or if you believe that you are more interested in hearing more about custom Sync Plus offerings for your program or for your organization, we'd be happy to design that custom demo experience and connect you with the appropriate team members to give you all that key information based on what you all are looking for. And so thank you all again for being with us. The information that you all shared is really invaluable to us to help us intently continue to design our human-centered solutions. We're now going to transition to Q&A period and happy to hear more from you all. Any questions? And I'll help moderate questions, and you can feel free to drop them in the chat. And our team here will answer those in real time. Thank you all. If you all enjoyed this information. We've been answering questions through the chat. One question from Catherine. So if this is an ad in Office 365, I'll hand that over to Adnan, and we have more questions rolling in. Second question, is this an easy merge from old platform to new platform? Yes, we are able to integrate seamlessly to your existing systems. We recognize that many agencies are using multiple reporting databases or requirements, and so we're able to design bridges and custom integrate based on your unique needs. The question for Catherine, is this an add in Office 365? Forward Sync is available through the Microsoft Marketplace. However, this is an individual platform, but we fully integrate with Microsoft platforms, which is why we're one of their key partners. And then are there prices for small nonprofits? Yes, absolutely. Our offerings for the standard solution that we demonstrated today begins around $10,000. Again, we provide custom solutions. We generally customize our pricing based on the scale of the organization, the components that you all are going to be utilizing, and then the number of people that you all plan to serve. The next question, and I'll also rely on some team members here from Tracy, is the cost of flat fee or a per seat cost. We do not provide a per seat cost. This is a flat fee. We recognize that multiple team members, volunteers, as you stated, there's a continual evolution of the people and the roles that service your clients within your organization. So what you see with Forward is transparent and flat pricing. Next question is, our CBO uses Outlook. Can we integrate? Yes, again, we are a part of the Microsoft family here, and so we can work intently with Outlook or with other email channels that you all are utilizing. The next question from Jim is, we are a small organization. We do paper intakes. After speaking with the director, can we integrate HMIS information? Yes, we are able to integrate with HMIS. Some of our partners currently utilize HMIS, and so we are able to work with you all on that integration. Yes, we do have videos to show reporting. We will share that with you all in our follow-up emails here. And then the next question that I see is there a user interface for end users to create customized reports? I will hand that over to Adnan. If you can hear me. So in short, yes. So what you all have seen is the self-service customization of your forms and the data that you're intaking. We can provide customized reports. It really depends on what your unique needs are. We have a variety of standardized reports and data dashboards, which we didn't demonstrate fully here today because of time. And so we intently work with our customers, whether or not they need an internal dashboard and customized report, whether or not they need external dashboards and metrics to report to the public or to their governing officials. So we can dictate and design those reports for you all. Also, there's a question, do you fully integrate with Power BI? From Jesse, yes, we do. We also utilize an integration directly for Power BI within our platform. There's a question that I'll ask for our engineering team to capture this. Can we customize our own reports, or do we have to work with you all only? And then there's also another technical question relative to backend database and SQL variants. What type of access do administrators have? I can actually answer the latter. So in terms of access for administrators, we are able to design role-based access for you all, even through the self-service platform. You all can identify what that role-based access looks like for each user of your system. So we can definitely give you all customer support or guidance on how to design that role-based access for the users of your system. And that is something that is available for you all. Okay. Okay, I know we're almost at time, but I'll take a few more questions and I'll ask for our engineering team. There's some additional integration questions relative to APIs and importing, and then also relative to database and directories. So I'll ask that our technical team provides an accurate response there. Are there any more questions relative to functionality or capability? We're happy to highlight those here and answer for you all. Okay. All right. Okay, I see a few coming in here. Okay, thank you. So I am going to encourage, for the sake of time, that if you have additional technical questions or integration questions, schedule a demo. That's what it's here for. We will be happy to spend time working with you, learning more about the work that you're doing and the tools that you're utilizing currently to do that, so that we can recommend the most appropriate and effective forward solution for your team and your dynamic objectives. So we encourage you all, again, follow the URL here, schedule your demo, answer the few key questions so that we can ensure that we route you to the correct technical expert to answer your questions efficiently. And again, thank you all for your time today. We appreciate your involvement, the insights and intel that you shared, and most importantly, for the critical time that you've spent with us. We recognize that you all have great work to do. And this is also an investment to learn more about what potential we have to serve you. So thank you all.